Nice that you looking at The Lakes. Don't forget to subscribe. The Lakes is a song by the American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift, taken from the deluxe edition of her 8th studio album, Folklore, 2020. Written and produced by Swift and Jack Antonoff, The Lakes is a mid-tempo indie ballad, set to acoustic guitar and strings, with themes of introspection and escapism that reflect on Swift's semi-retirement in Windermere, the largest natural lake in England. An orchestral version of The Lakes, which is the original demo, was released as a promotional single by Republic Records on July 24, 2021, to commemorate the first anniversary of Folklore. 7-inch singles of The Lakes were exclusively sold in independent record shops on April 23, 2022, as part of the 2022 Record Store Day limited edition vinyl releases. Upon release, The Lakes received universal acclaim from music critics, with compliments on its sophisticated, poetic lyrics and melancholic instrumentals. Many named it a highlight on Folklore and one of the best songs of Swift's discography. The song debuted in the top 10 of the Canadian Digital Song Sales and US Digital Song Sales charts, elsewhere. It peaked at number 21 in Scotland and on the UK Singles Downloads chart and at number 27 in Hungary. Taylor Swift began work on her 8th studio album, Folklore. She enlisted Jack Antonoff, who had worked on her 3 previous studio albums, as a producer on the album. Swift wrote and produced 5 songs with Antonoff, including The Lakes. Due to the lockdown, both of them were separated and therefore created Folklore by exchanging digital files. Antonoff initially made The Lakes as a big orchestral song, before Swift said that he needed to scale the production down. The song is a melodramatic, mid-tempo indie ballad driven by acoustic guitar, with lush orchestration heavily laden with strings and a euphoric crescendo of violins. Swift's vocal range in the song spans between D3 to F-sharp 4. The song is written in the key of D major and has a tempo of 90 beats per minute. The poetic lyrics see Swift introspecting on her semi-retirement in Windermere, the largest lake in England, located in its Lake District. Swift fantasizes about a red rose growing out of tundra, with no one around to tweet it, indicating her idea of a utopia free of social media, feuds, and urban settings. Getting away from the society, her critics and detractors, and finding solace with her lover in the wilderness, like the lake poets. The songwriting exudes a depressive tone coupled with escapism, with references to wisteria, a genus of flowering plants, and William Wordsworth, the 19th-century English poet who is recognized for his romantic works. Aaron Dessner, Swift's collaborator on Folklore, stated the song uses hints of tragic Greek poetry and feels like getting lost in a beautiful garden. Mainstream media has surmised the song's subject, whom Swift refers to as Muse and beloved, to be her then boyfriend and British actor Joe Alwyn. The lyric, "I've come too far to watch some name-dropping sleaze," is interpreted as a subtle hint at her publicized disputes with Kanye West and Scooter Braun. The Lakes was originally released as an exclusive to the deluxe editions of Folklore, which were issued on August 7, 2020. On August 18, it was made available on digital and streaming platforms on August 18, 2020, along with a lyric video published to Swift's YouTube channel. An orchestral version was released to all music platforms on July 24, 2021, the first anniversary of Folklore. It is a few seconds longer than the album version of The Lakes, Swift tweeted. It's been 1 year since we escaped the real world together and imagined ourselves someplace simpler, with tall trees and salt air. where you can wear lace nightgowns that make you look like a Victorian host and no one will side-eye you cause no one is around. To say thank you for all you have done to make this album what it was. I wanted to give you the original version of The Lakes. Happy 1-year anniversary to Rebecca, Betty, Inez, James, Augustine, and the stories we all created around them. Happy anniversary. Folklore. On April 23, 2022, for the Record Store Day, limited edition vinyl records of songs by various artists were exclusively sold in independent record shops. It included 7-inch copies of The Lakes, containing both the album version and the original demo. At the June 2, 2023, concert in Chicago as part of the Eras Tour, Swift performed The Lakes as a surprise song. She sang the track again as part of a mashup with her song, I Hate It Here, 2024, at the tour's June 18, 2024, concert in Cardiff. After the release of the deluxe edition of Folklore, The Lakes debuted at number 5 on the Billboard Digital Song Sales chart and at number 18 on Billboard, bubbling under the Hot 100 chart with 3 days of tracking. It also reached the top 20 on the New Zealand Top 40 Singles and Canadian Digital Song Sales charts, and the top 30 on Hungarian Singles, Scottish Singles and the UK Singles Downloads charts. Following its vinyl release in April 2022, The Lakes debuted at number 88 in the United Kingdom and number 52 in Ireland. The song received universal critical acclaim. NME critic Hannah Milrea opined that The Lakes is more poetic and romantic than any song on the standard edition of Folklore, and praised the song as elusive. Rolling Stone's Brittany Spanos wrote that the song channels romantic era poetry by depicting unconditional love within a controversial life and painful experiences. In agreement, Ren Graves, writing for Consequence of Sound, also found the song to be romantic, inspired by one of the great periods in English literature. Tom Bryan, writing for Stereogum, called it a soft, small-scale love song about avoiding the public eye and finding escape in some secluded enclave. Billboard writer Gil Kaufman found The Lakes delightful and complimented the sparse instrumentals, while Josiah Hughes of Exclaim commended its lush and elaborately produced indie sound. Sarah Carson, reviewing for I, lauded Swift's smart wordplay and dazzlingly novel vocals, which she described as soft, distinct, imperfect, and never so assured. Idolators Mike Wass labeled it a dreamy anthem, complimenting Swift's vulnerability and honesty. Sputnik Music praised The Lakes as an ideal product of its time, naming it one of the best songs Swift has ever written, and asserted it as the perfect closing track to Folklore. Gary Dinges of USA Today deemed the song a serenade, mimicking a bittersweet version of Swift's 2017 song, Call It What You Want, also comparing to Call It What You Want. Glamour commentator Emily Tannenbaum defined the song as a melancholic love letter, and highlighted its macabre. This is the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.